Till it's co-main event time here, presented to you by Beatdown Promotions. This one we fight in the lightweight division, and it is sponsored by Lenco Building Systems. Introducing to you first, standing across in the blue corner. He weighed in officially 70.70 kilos. Travels to us tonight from Sydney, New South Wales, trained out of the famed Lions Den Academy. His pro record, 4 fights, 3 wins and just the 1 loss. Make some noise, this is Michael Stanoff! And now standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in officially 70.75 kilos. From Brisbane, Queensland, trained out of the base training centre. His professional record of 3 fights, 2 wins and just the 1 loss. Make some noise, this is Tim Schultz! Referee in the middle, Mr. Phil Cassidy.
And of course, this lightweight contest is brought to you by Lenco Building Systems, offering superior steel framing and truss systems. Head to lenco.com.au for a free quote today.
Here we go, main event. Very, very interesting matchup.
I love the stuff Schultz has said coming into this one. What are your opponent's weaknesses? He replied, he lunges from distance and he hasn't been tested. Well, let's see if Schultz can make the most of both of those.
Absolutely. You know, Schultz is, he's been around a long time. You know, he formerly training out of Integrated MMA in Stafford. Very, very accomplished team with very good striking, very good wrestling, very good jiu-jitsu. So he's very, very well-rounded. He then made the move to Bang Tao, training with the Hickman brothers, so you know that those guys are absolutely going to bring out the best in him. And now here he is now at base training centre in Brendale under Damo and Aaron.
It's crazy. I think I commentated his first amateur fight.
Yeah, right.
And to see him being a co-main here tonight, it's well-deserved. And this is a fantastic matchup between both these guys. Look how measured and technical it is.
Absolutely.
Big strikes, and Schultz does not look phased at all.
Not at all.
Stanoff closing the distance, looking to do his thing.
Schultz actually appears to be the bigger fighter of the two.
Man, I think in stature and in that barrel chest.
Absolutely, and I know Michael Stanoff has had a rough history with making weight in the past, but he seems to have definitely learnt from the lessons that life has given him.
Yeah.
And has definitely corrected those. From the 2 outings on Beatdown now, he's made weight both times. He's really changed his nutrition in camp, started working with a nutritionist, and he feels stronger than he ever has, which is a scary thought when you're now making weight and you're actually stronger than before, right? So
it makes you look back on what you were doing and wondering why you were doing it.
Exactly, and he's probably not doing these crazy weight cuts like he was doing, so his endurance is going to be better. You know, we see him here just grinding Tim up against the fence here, just making him kind of carry his weight, making him think about it. He's maintaining that head position really well. He's looking to get his hands joined behind Tim's
very
back.
well. He's keeping Tim very tall.
Exactly. You know, Tim can't really put his weight through his legs at this point because Stanoff has got his head up under his chin. He's lost the position now, but it looks like he might have his hands joined behind his, he doesn't, sorry.
I wonder if they're talking still.
Yeah, they definitely will. By
Yeah, it's the Instagram wars have become real life.
By the time this fight's finished, I dare say that Tim will be talking to him. You know? He's looking for that open hand slap there. Nice knee from Stanoff into the hip flexor. That's got to hurt. He's doing a good job. He's got his hands clasped now. He's looking for that leg trip. Tim's also physically strong too. You know?
Oh, absolutely. You can tell that from looking at him.
Yeah, exactly. He's got a parkour background, so he's very, very explosive.
What?
Stand by to watch him backflip his way out of this one. They're trading
He's
one
biding
for one
his time.
Here. Exactly. Look for that collar tie.
Oh, beautiful. And literally was biting. Yeah. The war of words continues.
I haven't seen Tim say too much back. I'd like to see Tim use his striking on the back foot. He seems to be just covering and running to the fence, which is allowing big slapping.
Audible.
How did Stanoff? Big slam from Stanoff.
Timmy Schultz goes for a right, and he's immediately looking to shuffle his hips. Stanoff all over him, isn't he?
Looking to secure that crucifix straight into mount. Look at the grappling of Stanoff here. Doing a good job of turning Tim's legs off the cage so he can't walk the wall.
Grapevining the legs, you can see here.
Yeah, this is where Stanoff does his best work.
Yep.
This is not the type of fight that Tim Schultz was looking for. he said to me at the weigh-ins yesterday that he can do things that Stanoff doesn't understand. Whoa. Stanoff has transitioned to his back. He's got him flat out. He's driving that forearm across the jaw of Tim Schultz, which is going to be painful.
Yeah, and it counts for a lot. It does count for a lot.
Absolutely. Looks like he might be under the chin there. I can't see from this. Oh, no, he's not. He's back out. Tim needs to clear those hooks. You can't try to shake him off from that point. Is he under the chin there? I think he might be under the chin. He might have this.
He's sort of to the side. It was under the chin, but he didn't have the right angle.
Big elbow from Michael Stanoff there.
Oh, and possibly the worst position in MMA.
Absolutely. Now, I think he's under the chin now by the looks of it. This could be on.
An absolute mugging.
Tim,
it's so difficult to hand fight as well. You need them.
Exactly. Tim start trying to hand fight now. I'm not sure if that's under the chin or across the jaw.
I think it's a crush.
But it's still painful nonetheless.
Absolutely.
It's still wearing for Tim Schultz.
And he's not rid of Stanoff that easily.
No way. He needs to clear that body triangle there. He needs to clear the control. He's defending the submission, which is great, but he's not defending the position.
And back to mount we go.
Stanoff looking to use those elbows again. Look at that. He definitely want to do some damage to Tim after the insults that Tim's been flying. Tim's now cut above his right eye, bleeding pretty heavily.
That's a good point. You can see it there.
And it's bleeding down the back of his head at the moment. Because
hey, it's all smiles. Stanoff helped him up, pats him on the butt.
All right, looks like they're friends again now.
For about a minute, and then they won't be again.
Exactly. And you look at Stanoff's composure in comparison to Tim Schultz at the moment. Tim looks a little bit flustered. He looks quite red in the face. He looks like he's breathing heavy. Obviously, he's cut. The cut man's looking at that now, but Stanoff's just mean-mugging him across the cage at one point.
Yeah. The grappling department was all Stanoff, but that does not count out Schultz. There's definitely ways of counteracting that grappling. It doesn't mean that it's a foregone conclusion, and Tim Schultz definitely has the footwork. He has the ability to create threats to stop Stanoff from wanting to shoot in. Let's see if he can adjust and deal with him after a dominant round from Stanoff.
Absolutely, and like I said, Tim's durable. He's a dog. He's been around. He's been tested. He's had some hard rounds in the gym over the years. He knows what he's got in him. He knows what he's made of. But, man, Stanoff taking that kick to the chin and still hitting that high crotch was impressive.
Schultz looking to go to work here. He hits a high kick and Stanoff doing what he does.
Nice knee on the break there.
I like that urgency from Schultz.
Stanoff said to me at the weigh-ins yesterday, he said, he's big, he's strong, he can fight, but he breaks, and I'm going to break him.
Wow.
And I'm interested to see, it's normally halfway through the second round that you start to see that in someone. If they're going to break, it's normally from about now. You know, they come out hard in the second round, they have a dig, and if it doesn't work, that's when they're going to start to break. So I'm interested. Big slam again from Michael Stanoff.
Another one. Before Stanoff even threw the first punch, he knew about that double. He knew he was coming in. He was just closing the distance. He was just getting his hands around him, and that's exactly what he did.
I think what makes Michael Stanoff, look at the bruising on his leg there from the kick of Tim Schultz.
Yep.
But I think what's making Stanoff dangerous for Tim is he's not just striking and he's not just wrestling.
Yep.
He's mixing his striking and his wrestling together, and his wrestling and his striking. He's keeping him guessing, you know.
Even when Tim Schultz arguably had the better clinch position, Stanoff was just letting his hands go, the body shots, and just really making a fight of it.
Yeah, and again, we see him here making Tim carry his weight, landing a few cheeky little knees. Tim looking for this Kimura trap system here. It's the Aaron Blackie special, so I'm sure he's been drilling this in the gym non-stop.
Stanoff's respecting it. He's respecting it because he has to.
Yeah, he respected it, but I think probably just a little bit too strong at that point, you know? Didn't quite have enough leverage on it.
And we're seeing a reversal of fortunes. Hasn't cleared the head yet to get out on the back, but he doesn't really need to. He stays in a dominant position here.
Yes. Stanoff definitely looks to be slowing down. Tim looking back at his corner, listening well. Stanoff smiling, laughing.
Cheeky smile, goes
Big
for a ride.
slam from Tim.
And he's back up again.
Stanoff laughing about it.
Oh, tries to throw him over the top.
Tim's got that body triangle from there too. That's a hard position to escape. He's kind of under the chin.
From bad to worse.
Stanoff doesn't look too stressed about it.
What a reversal of the first round.
Absolutely. Stanoff doing a good job of turning into that. This could be on here. He might be in trouble here.
That is a tap. He snaked it in. It went under the chin.
There's the backflip, I told you.
There's the parkour. Wow. just saying it was a reversal of the first. Stanoff had his back. He was threatening the rear naked choke. And Tim Schultz, with the resolve, with the wherewithal to stay in there. He waited for his moment and he got it. It all begun from when he had the back and Stanoff tried to throw him over the top when he tripoded up, but Tim Schultz stayed with the right, fought for the choke and he got it. And that's really good to see that both boys buried the hatchet.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the end of the day, it's not possible without your opponent.
For sure.
No matter how you feel about him.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's good to see the boys have a beer after the fight and the bygones be bygones. It is hard to come back from some of the insults and accusations that were getting thrown around, but hey,
we'll see how we go.
It is what it is, you know.
That's exactly it. An emphatic Tim Schultz gets the win in his new home. Fantastic, he's jubilant and rightly so. He went through, he was dragged over hot coals in that first round.
Absolutely. Stanoff looked probably the best that I've seen him tonight.
Yeah, he was on.
But it looked like he just made a simple mistake and allowed Tim to take the back, get that body triangle, sink that choke in, and it was too late. It's very, very hard to defend that body triangle from the back like that, especially when you're against the fence, right? It's very, very difficult. You can't really leg pummel as well. You can't, it's difficult.
And as we go to our official decision with Mr. James O'Shea.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Co-main event, fantastic fight. With a 2 minutes 24 of round number 2. The winner by submission, and it goes to the red corner, Tim Schultz. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll grab a few words with our victor here. Tim Schultz, that one obviously meant a lot to you.
Yeah, I've been out of the cage for a minute now. I fought David Martinez on a couple of weeks' notice, and now Australian champ, and people kind of forget who you are when you lose. So it was very important for me to come out and get that one.
An opponent like that, in Michael Stanoff, who's got a great name, done some great things, it was a tough one to come into.
100%. I've never fought someone with a record worse than mine or a losing record, and I was very happy to get Stanoff, and he brought it to me as well. Obviously, spent a lot of time over Thailand to improve my striking, and I wanted to put that on display, but I don't know if it was cage rust or what, but I felt a little bit stiff, but we got the job done.
It was a very intense fight, a very technical fight. You had to really be on your game in there.
Yeah, for sure.
What did this one mean to you now moving forward for the next part of your career?
Next part of my career, I got offered a sponsorship over in Thailand to train at Beatdown MMA. So I'm packing up shop and I'm moving indefinitely to chase my dream with everything I've got.
Well, what an opportunity, and well, what a way to make a statement here in front of these people before you head off on that journey.
100%. Sorry, my mouth is so dry. Just want to give a quick shout out, Damien. Thank you for giving me a spot to train. We used to be teammates. The guy's full of knowledge, and now I'm very happy to call him a coach. I've learned so much from you in these past couple of weeks, fair few weeks, but yeah, nothing but thank you for that. Thank you for giving me a platform to perform. Thank you for putting on an amazing show in this sellout crowd. Let's go! Fuck yeah. One more shout out, all my teammates, all my sponsors that are on me, some of them are not. To the people that offered me to come train, David Martinez, the boys over at the Fight Center, I apologise, I've been busting my ass, doing things outside the gym as well, but the love is there. Thank you to my cornermen, two of my best mates here as well. Just couldn't be happier. Thank you very much for coming out, guys. Give yourselves a round of applause. You guys make this shit worth it. Thank you.
Well said. Congratulations, Tim Schultz, and all the best in the next part of your journey. Put your hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen. Your winner there of the co-main event.